okay, it's dark, but we'll make a video. We just finished today. So we got, this is the garage. So we got, these are what they call the grade beams. They're almost done. So we've, this is the garage door. So the garage door has what's called a buck down because this is the footing. So the wall is going to sit on top of here all the way around, and the floor is going to sit above the rebar. So in this case, the floor is going to tie into here. So these are tying into the driveway. Well, this is the apron. So the apron is much stronger than the driveway because, say, the ambulance will pull up to here, and then it has to park, and then the garage door opens. So so it's not moving. So there's a real weight on there, and these are being tied into the Nelson studs in the screw piles. So you see we have like 28 screw piles. We've got our heater. So all the forms are in, and then tomorrow we're gonna finish tying these rebars. There's going to be a man door right there where there's a pile for the stoop. So this area is gonna get cut down a bit right here. And see, we've already done the plumbing. The sewer's all done, all the way back to the main sewer line for the building. But this portion up here, these are our cleanouts, and they're just on here for now, because we haven't decided. We'll cut these down once we get the right height. Now down there you can see those things. Those are hats. They'll stay in the concrete. They're designed to lift the rebar so it's up a bit higher, so that it's exactly where it needs to be, so that the concrete sits under the rebar. Now the interior ones, we don't need to do that. And you can see that we have dowels. So the grade beam ties into the other grade beam. Tomorrow I will go through all these and make sure that they're all perfect. And now here, this is the sump, and the sump has an oil separator. So this sump's tied into the oil separator, which is tied into the sewer, and we've got a clean out here. We've also got a backwater valve that's in the ground, and there's a vent. You can't see the vent because it's buried right now until we dig it out later, because it's in the way. So it's right below the road crush. And then, so the sewer keeps going, and then we've got our tech cable here. This is for the electrical panel that's going in here. Oh. And then right there is a buck down for the other door. And then up here we got two more drains for there's going to be two sinks here. And we've also got a final clean out, which is right here. So this clean out's it's high right now. We'll cut it down later. We've also got a pipe here. This is for the data cable. It's gonna be coming in because it's a direct burial cable, but we don't have it yet, so we have to put a pipe. So then, right here, yellow is a gas line. That's already run, and then we have to do the water line. The water line is going this way, and that's coming in here as well, but that's next week. So you can see wherever the grade beam's sitting, we have road crush, and then it's been compacted. Now you say, well, if the grade beam's not sitting on the road crush, and that's correct, there's a gap of 150 millimeters, and that's because I got put a void form underneath with styrofoam, basically. That protects, because the ground, when it freezes, the ground can shift in height by up to 3 inches, and if we do that, this beam will crack. Now these piles won't move, because these piles shouldn't move because they're in the ground like 20 feet deep, but the beam will crack if it was sitting on the ground. So what they've done is they're going to put the styrofoam underneath, and the styrofoam absorbs the movement. Oh. Now I need to get out of here before the wolves get here. Oh, and we've got 2 conduits here. So these, we've already piped these, and we've run the wire yesterday. And so oh, whoa. There's no place to step right now. I need to put a staircase in here. So these piles towards the end here, these are for the ramp. I mean the apron, the front part of the driveway. So this light post is moving over there. It's already been framed, and we've already pulled the conduit and the wire, which come in underground and into here. And then, since that used to be a parking lot, we've try to make the area nice and organized. We've pulled the wire here for the new pedestals, so these have to go in. This trench is going to get backfilled, and then we'll have concrete. Could have power here next week, and then this fence will go down. So over here, this is where we cut for the sewer all the way. So this is mostly got paved, but they need more asphalt, so on Monday or Tuesday they're gonna finish paving, and then all that can also get cleaned up. Tried to sweep a bit here.